In this video, we're going to be taking a look at how the 2012 MacBook Pro Unibody holds up in 2024. The 2012 MacBook Pro Unibody is a very old laptop now. It's 12 years old and it's really starting to show its age. But in some aspects, it's actually pretty good. One of the main reasons people love these laptops so much is because they're very easy to change parts and upgrade these laptops. You can make an old, pretty slow laptop feel pretty quick by just changing the hard drive into an SSD and upgrading the RAM a bit. But let's talk about how they hold up in 2024. For starters, the build quality and design of these laptops are pretty good, but they are pretty chunky compared to most modern laptops. They're reasonably thick, but the build quality itself is really nice and the design is still very premium looking in 2024. There are pretty thick bezels around the display, but that's to be expected from such an old laptop. Now let's talk about the keyboard and trackpad on this laptop. The keyboard is really nice to type on, it's got plenty of travel and just has a very nice feel. Same with the trackpad. The trackpad is really good, especially from 2012. It feels phenomenal to use. It has a very nice smooth glass surface and yeah, just a really nice trackpad on this laptop. Now as for the main shortcoming of this laptop, that would be the display. This display is 720p, which is extremely low resolution in 2024, and when using it you can easily see all the little pixels there. It just isn't a very good display. The colors are good and the viewing angles are good, it's just the resolution isn't enough. Another thing that really shows its age on this laptop is the port selection. You've got the charging port, you've got a Thunderbolt 2 port, you've got a couple of USB Type 3s and an SD card slot and a headphone jack and an Ethernet port. You've also got a CD/DVD drive in there if you do want to use it, and that really is showing its age because no laptops nowadays have that. Now, of course, some people might find that very useful, and if that's the case, then this laptop will be really good. It's also got a FireWire port, which is actually quite useful for some people, so if you do need a FireWire port, then this laptop has that. Now, what about the different configurations these laptops come in? These laptops come in either 13 or 15-inch displays, and the 15-inch display models have quad-core processors with dedicated graphics cards, while the 13.3-inch versions have dual-core processors and have integrated graphics in the CPU. So the 13-inch versions would be much more recommended for light tasks that don't require a lot of processing power, while the 15-inch versions, while yes, they are quad-core and they do have dedicated graphics, they still can't handle two extreme tasks because they are quite old. Another thing to note with the 15-inch versions is that the graphics cards always seem to go on these, and that's mostly due to the fact that they run very hot and over time they do break. So that's one really big factor when looking for one of these laptops on the used market. But they both come in either i5s or i7s, and they come from 4GB of RAM to 16. And then as for hard drives and stuff, you can obviously upgrade that as well. Some will come with SSDs, some will come with hard drives. If you do have one with a hard drive, I definitely recommend swapping in an SSD. It instantly makes the laptop feel 10 times faster. And also, if you have one with like 4 or 8GB of RAM, you could upgrade that to 16, and it'll also make this laptop feel a lot more snappy. Now, as for software, of course, these laptops aren't supported in the latest software, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're useless. You can still download basically every application that you would need on these laptops and everything works fine, really. And let's say you find an application that you can't download on the App Store, I would just recommend going to Google and downloading it from a website there, and then you'll be able to get an older version maybe or something like that. So these laptops are still very usable in 2024, and they're a really nice, very solidly built laptop that feels very premium, and you can get them for pretty good prices nowadays. So if they do come up for a good deal, then I would highly recommend picking up one of these laptops. They're honestly still really good in 2024. So hopefully this video did help you out. If you did, drop a like on the video. If you didn't, drop a dislike on the video. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.